In this video, I'm going to show you the one trick that will unlock your deadlift. Welcome back, guys. My name is Dr. Mike, and I'm a physical therapist providing tips on how to build strength and longevity with your body. And in today's video, we're going to be teaching you one trick that will help unlock your potential for deadlift. So maybe you are someone that is wanting to learn how to properly deadlift, or maybe you're someone that's been doing this exercise for quite some time and you're just unsure, am I doing this the right way? Now, let's specifically go over the deadlift pattern or the deadlift exercise, what it really means to perform a deadlift. The deadlift exercise is a posterior chain dominant exercise. What does that mean? That means it is specifically designed to target the muscles of the back of the leg. We're talking about the glutes and the hamstrings. Now, with this particular exercise, you can either use a barbell or a kettlebell or even a dumbbell when you're performing this exercise. And what you're doing is you're simply picking up an object from the ground, utilizing your hips. Now, most people will perform this, let's say with the kettlebell, and they'll just stand up and they'll do this, training their hamstrings, training their glutes. However, I've noticed as a physical therapist and even a coach that there are two common faults that we often see with this exercise, and many people are not only just wasting their time, but they're really increasing their risk for an injury because they're not performing this exercise the right way. Let's go over mistake number one that I see, and that is primarily when people are performing more of a squat variation for the deadlift. So for instance, when they go down to pick up an object, they bend their knees too much and they're treating this like a squat. So when they lower down the weight or even when they pick up the weight, notice I'm bending my knees quite a bit. And although you may feel like your lower back and your glutes are working well, you are primarily using your quads to perform that movement. The second mistake that I often see people make with this particular exercise is they do the opposite. So instead of bending their knees too much, now their knees are fully locked out and they're only bending with their hips. So you'll see more along this technique where people will just kind of hover the weights over the ground and notice my knees are completely straight and I'm really getting no use out of my glutes properly or my hamstrings. Now, how can we identify that we're doing this correctly, especially if you're someone that maybe isn't working with a physical therapist or maybe you're not working with a coach? The one trick that you can use to help you, whether you're at the gym or you're training from home, is by using something like this, which is a bench. So if you move the bench and you place it right behind your body, now, as you can tell, when I stand up and my feet are about shoulder width apart to begin the exercise, that the bench is it's in contact with the back of my legs. So what that does is now it's going to allow me to ensure that I'm going to keep the back of my legs in contact with the bench as I'm lowering. Now, if I go to try to perform this movement and I do it with mistake number one by bending my knees, notice what happens. There creates a space behind there and the back of my leg moves away from the bench. Vice versa, if I try to do mistake number two by keeping my knees straight and bending at my hips, now notice that the bench is starting to tip back and tip over. The key is performing this exercise by having the back of your legs lightly touching the bench. That way, when I'm doing this now I can fully focus on hinging or bending at the hip as I lower the weight down slowly. Another thing to keep in mind with this specific movement is you want to think about the lat engagement, tightening your back muscles, really pulling them down and back. Almost imagine as if you place those two fingers in your hand into your armpit. Now squeeze those fingers and try to pull your fingers out. Those muscles that you use to really engage and keep those fingers within your armpit, those are the same muscles that are keeping the barbell or keeping the kettlebell close to your body so that it doesn't get too far away. So as you're standing up, you're going to specifically pull those shoulder blades down and back, squeeze those armpits down. Now from here, you're gonna lightly keep the back of your knees in contact with the bench as you lower, and you're gonna ensure that you're utilizing those hips properly as you bring the weight down and then as you come back up as well. The key with this exercise is that you're starting off with lighter weight to really perfect your technique. And as you get better, you're gonna start to be able to go heavier and heavier. And as you improve this pattern and you get comfortable with not needing the tactile cueing from this bench, then we can get rid of the bench and now start performing a full deadlift movement with just a slight bend in the knee. Let's remember, when we're deadlifting, we're utilizing those hips. We're utilizing the hamstrings, and we want to make sure that in the knee, there's just a slight bend so that we can focus on properly using the posterior chain for the pull or when we pull up and stand with this exercise. You can perform anywhere between 2 or 3 sets of about 5 repetitions at a time, really focusing on going slow and controlled with this particular movement. Now, if you found this video helpful and you want more tips on other exercises, please be sure to leave a comment below on which specific topics you'd like for me to cover. In the meantime, to show your support, please do me a favor and give this video a like and a thumbs up and subscribe below, and we will see you in the next one.